Yeah, it started. Okay, it's connecting. Very good. Now we are going to do lab 10 to create a shared folder. Okay, let it finish booting. Yeah, yeah. We have added this message during the group policy, if you remember, in the previous lab. We configured it. That's why it's showing. Okay. All right. Connected the power charger. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to create a folder and then I'm going to share it. Okay. So to create a folder, it's very simple. We go to the File Explorer, click on the File Explorer, and then go to Documents, right-click on Documents. We are going to create a folder, and it's called Accounting, as per Lab 10. Okay, close it. Now we are going to go to right-click, and then we choose Properties, and then click on Sharing, and then click on Share. Here you can control your sharing. Okay, but let me go cancel here. So if I go back again, File, Properties, Share, and then we click on Advanced Sharing, this will give you more control. Okay, okay, click on Share the folder. What name you want to give this folder? We are going to call it Spreadsheet, as per the lab. Click on Spreadsheet. Okay, so we have created a folder, a share called Spreadsheet. Now we are going to change the permissions. Click on Permissions. Here you can see that everyone can access or can access this server, can read it. We don't want that. We want to remove it. So click on Remove. Okay. Now we are going to add authenticated users. Check names. Yeah, we have authenticated users, يعني people who are able to log in. Click on it. Okay, done. All right, so we have authenticated users. They are able to show to act. We can give them full control. We can control what they can do. Okay, and then click on apply and click on OK. Okay, now we are going to add another group. Let's say we want to give full control. We start from the beginning. Accounting, right click, properties, sharing, advanced sharing. Okay. We are going to name it spreadsheet. Okay. Permissions. We are going to remove everyone, remove, and we are going to add authenticated users. Authenticated, check name. Okay. All right. So they are having this permission. Now I want also to add another group. Okay. Let's say Paris IT admin. Okay, I click on it. And then we want to give it full control. Click on it here, and we can give full control. All right, so this is the way we can manage the permissions. Okay, that's what we need to know in lab 10 and what you need to know for the lab. Okay, so let me close this. Any questions about lab 10? If you have taken 3 shots, that's fine. So let me go back to the lab manual. Let's add one more. Share name, share spreadsheets, permissions, add, rack, I don't have rack group on this folder in this instance of the server, but I have it on the other one. So I given you an example that you can use in your lab. Okay. So now let's jump to the next part. Okay. To deploy backup. Okay. And that's lab 11. We are going to do it on DC, so we are going to add the role for backup. We are going to configure and schedule backup, okay? And do backup schedule, all right? You can do system state or you can backup a folder, okay? And on lab 12, we will go configure print services, okay? We are going to add print server and we are going to add a printer. And the last lab will be encryption with Bitlocker, all right? So for the case of your, in your project, you are going to add printer, you are going to do, it's scrolling, okay? Just be patient. You can see my screen, right? Yeah. Oops. Okay. So let's go back to my virtual machine. Now I am going to go to, close this, add roles and features. This time we are going to add, now we are doing lab 11, okay? We are doing the lab on backup, okay? So I'm going to search cannot see it. Font is coming very small. Yeah, Windows Server Backup. Okay, and install it. All right. Please install Windows Server Backup if it's not installed on your machine. Okay, so you just choose it and install it. For me, it is installed because I have installed it for my other session. So you just need to choose this one and then go to click on install and just follow the template. Okay, can you do this now?
Doctor, do we click on restart the destination server automatically if required? It's in the next page, confirmation page.
Yeah. Yes. Just follow the screenshots. Follow the template. Don't change anything. Follow the default. Okay. So now it's done, it's installed. So I will go to tools and then I will choose backup.
Doctor, can you give us a minute to install?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So now I'll click on, I go to tools and start Windows Server Backup. Now I have my backup management window. It's starting. If you go to the right click,
Go back.
you can see, Yes.
Could you please repeat the step?
Sorry.
Can you please repeat the step? We finished installing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Go to Tools, Windows Server Backup. Search for Windows Server Backup. Here. You can take screenshot from this side. And then here we have the different options. We have backup once if I want to backup everything, or we are going to schedule a backup. In our case, we are going to schedule a backup. So click on backup schedule. So I clicked here, backup schedule, then next. What do I want to backup? Do I want to backup full server? Okay. Let's say I want to backup full server. So next, it will ask you, when do you want to do the backup? Once a day, what time? 9 p.m. So let's say yes. Next, where do you want to do the backup to? What is the destination? So you need to back it up to a hard disk, or you want to back it up to a volume, or you want to back it up to the network. So here where you choose in your project where you want to choose it. So you can take a screenshot from this one. Now we are not going to do a backup, but just I wanted to show you how you can do it. When we do the BitLocker, I'm going to create 2 volumes, so and then I will show you again another example for backup. But this is what you need to know now about backup. All right, so let's say I want to back up to a hard disk. So I will just click next. Now we don't have any other hard disk connected, so it will give me this message. If I want to back it up to a volume, we can do next, and then it will ask me where I want to store the backup. Then I need to choose the volume that I want to add my backup to it. All right. If I want to do backup once, okay, here we have the options for backup once. Okay. If you want to customize the option, you can use different options, and then you can choose what you want to do. You want to do full server, or you want to do custom. Let's say I want to do custom. Click next. Okay. And then you select the items that you want to back up. All right. You can select what you want to back up. You want to back up system state, you click on it. If I want to back up bare metal recovery, I click on it. This means everything. If I want to back up only my new volume F, I can click on it. All right. I will wait here till you finish. So these are the different backup options that we have. Again, when we do BitLocker, in the final lab, I'm going to run a real backup demo. Yani I will create 2 volumes and I will back them up from one volume to the other volume. So now we are done with this part. So I'm going to close it. So you can take these screenshots and upload it under this lab, okay, which is the backup lab. All right, so close this one. Now we will go to a print server, and in your project you need to add a print server. So to do that, add roles and features. Now let me show you this in your lab manual. Where are we now in your lab manual? Now we are on lab 12, configure print server. Now I'm going to show you this lab in a way that is useful for your project. Okay, so I'll give you more details when I do this here. That's why I'm recording it. So you click add rows and features. Next. So now we are doing lab print server. Next. Are you all following? Can I continue? Can you hear me? Or just type in the chat if you have, or let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will continue. Okay. I'll wait a minute so that everyone catch up with us. Okay, so we'll continue. Next, just go by the default. Now we are going to choose, please, print and document services. You see this one? If it's not chosen, you need to install it. Just click on it and then go to next. If you ask you any question, just go by default. Next, next, next. Okay, take a screenshot. All right. On your machine, maybe you don't have print services installed, so you just click on it and choose it and install it. Okay. Print server installed for me. Just go next, 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 and done. Now I'll go to tools and start my print management. Click on print management. Take a screenshot of this one for your reference. Okay, now we have, this is very helpful. We have here our print management. So if we go to all printers, it will show what do I have in my network. These are default printers installed by the server. You know, this window, Microsoft XP, this is a default. Okay. And here we have the drivers that are installed already on your machine. If we go to printers with jobs, nothing, because we have not done anything. This is my print server. Okay. And these are my printers. We don't have a printer. This is Microsoft XP. This is the default one. So if I click on printers, right click on printers. Okay. And then add a printer. And then it will ask you, add a TCP IP a printer or search for the internet for a printer. We just say add a TCP IP printer. Okay. Next. Here it will ask you, do I need to auto detect or you want to choose a printer from a list? Okay. So you can choose the option. Okay. You can give it a name. Let's say HP. Black and white. Black and white. Okay. Printer. And auto detect the printer driver to use, and then just go to next. Here it will detect, make sure that the printer is turned on. It will detect the network connection, the network card, and then you just say next. If we really have a printer connected to the server, it will be detected. Okay. And then just install a new driver. So we are going to search for the driver for this printer. Okay. If we have a disk, we are going to choose the disk from here and then install maybe the DVD or the image file and put the printer. Okay. Any questions about this? All right. So let's say we have a printer here installed. Let me go to the drivers, printers, add a printer. So I'm repeating. Let's say we want to choose another printer. Okay. Add a TCP IP or web service printer. Next. Type of device, auto detect, or we can choose it is a TCP IP device. Okay. And give it an IP address 2.168.1.43, for example. Okay. So this is how you install a printer or manage the printer in your print server. Any questions, gentlemen? Oops, my battery is low on the laptop. It's supposed to be charging. Right. Okay. Generic network card. Yes. Next. Okay. So that's it for printing. This is all really what you need to do. You can also choose who can manage the printer. It will search if there is a printer connected and connected. Now, I have a very important lab, which is the Bitlocker lab, which is requested for your project. This is the last lab. So you go to add roles and features, click on next, 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 go to Bitlocker, search for it, please. It's called encryption with Bitlocker. Encryption with Bitlocker. Can you find it? Yeah, this one. Bitlocker Drive Encryption. Okay, choose Bitlocker Drive Encryption. All right. And then click on install. It will check if your device has TPM chip card on it or not, chip on it, installed or not. Okay, and it will check if your computer is compatible with TPM, with BitLocker or not. So once you do install, then it is installed on your machine. Okay, take a screenshot here. I will wait for a minute so that you are all with me. I don't mind if you save the screenshots to one file, one folder, or sorry, one Word document, call it Lab 13 BitLocker, okay? Any questions? Can I continue, please? All right, thank you. Go to Tools. Now here we are going to utilize the BitLocker that we have just installed. So go down. Before we do that, we need to create a volume because otherwise we don't want to encrypt our bootable volume, then we will not be able to use it. So let's create a volume. So we go to disk management. This is very important, please. You will need this for your project. You go to, just searching for it, computer management. Can you see it here? Take a screenshot for this part. Computer management. Choose computer management. Okay, and I will wait for you. I'll wait for you to take a screenshot for this part also. I'll wait for everyone to catch up with us. Okay. Now I'm going to come to my disk. This is very important part, please, and please be very careful because we are dealing with our hard disk and the volumes that are there. So if you go to your disk management, here we have our hard disk. You can see here we have C and we have a new volume and we have E, that's another volume. So I'm going to create a new volume, okay? Let me delete these volumes, okay? Because I have created this previously. Delete, yes. Yes. Delete. All right. Now I am now on my disk. Here I will new. Sorry. This is my hard disk. I'm going to shrink it. Shrink my volume. Why do I want to shrink? Because I want to free some space to create another volume. Understood? So this is the first step. You can take a screenshot here. Shrink volume. And then I'm going to shrink it only by 300 mega according to the lab. Only choose 300 total size before shrinking. Here we are going to shrink it by only 300 mega. All right? Don't shrink it more than 300. We only need 300. All right. Shrink. All right. Now I'm going to shrink it again. Shrink volume. For another 300 mega. All right. And then we go to shrink. Did you see the difference in the space and the size of the hard disk here? It has changed, right? Now let's come here to this partition, to this volume. Okay. Click on properties. Okay. Just to see what we have here. A new symbol volume. We give it a letter. So let's say we will give it a letter H. Okay. Next. We need to format it with NTFS. Now finish. Now it is formatted and we give it a name of H, volume H. So if I go to my file explorer, yeah, format, please continue formatting it. Only format the new volume, please. Now it is formatted. Now if I go to my file explorer, click on this PC. So we have C and we have H. You see the H here? All right. If I right click on the H, turn on BitLocker, I can give it now. It has been encrypted and I need to create a password. Use a password. Okay. And I can put a password here. So we can, let's say, our password is BitLocker also, all small letters. Okay. BitLocker. Type it again, all small letters. BitLocker. And next. Now it will ask you, where do you want to save the password? Now in real life, you need to save it to a USB flash, okay? Or you might need to print it. But for the case of the lab only, we can want to save it to a file on the computer itself, okay? And this is the file name. Save and next. Now it is encrypted. All right. Now if someone wants to open this, it is empty. If someone wants to open it, it will ask for a password. All right. So let me go back. Okay, any questions about this part? So this is it for the last lab. This is what you needed to do, and this is what you need to do for your project. So I wanted really to show you these hints because they will really be useful for you while you are doing your project.